Okay, back to Stories from Soul of the Gundog. I haven't played it for days. I haven't played anything for days. I was looking at my Wolfsville game logs, and I went to report someone from the game log, and I hadn't played since the 17th. So, back to the Stories from Soul. Yeah, because I don't want this to be a game where I get far in and then other things crop up and I don't finish it. I also did some writing today. I wrote, some more on my fanfic for this. There's actually 2 ideas, well, 3 ideas for one now, but the one I've been working on, since I finished playing the demo on the game, like, just before the game released. Yeah, I, also submitted my income tax. There were still a few things I needed. Oh, we have someone watching. Hello. No Swift, yeah, some of my things I still was waiting for, and I submitted it finally came, so I took it over today. Put a copy, because I never send my originals of anything in, because I get, from experience. Okay, we got the 11th, one did. Oh god, have I not played since the 11th? Oh, that's like 10 days, fuck. 218... Yeah, I guess I haven't played since the 11th. I was like, that doesn't seem right. Yeah, we tried to go see the chief after we got the captain, but it didn't work out. But yeah, yeah, I submitted my stuff. I don't know if I'll get anything back or not. I worked, so I'm hoping I do. But usually my income's so low that I don't pay anything, I don't owe anything. Like, I don't get anything back either. Yeah, I also had my eyes tested and my hair cut yesterday, which is good, finally. I had to have a haircut since just before I worked in November. Because I planned to do it, and then they didn't pay me until December 18th. I finished the job like November 20th, and they didn't pay me until December 18th. So it was a contract job. So yeah, I was like, okay, I'll hold off then, and I'll get it cut after I get back from my Christmas trip. And then I had pneumonia. So I didn't go, because it's like, I'm not going, like, even when I was better, like, I still had that cough, and I was like, I don't want to, like, I wouldn't want to cut someone's hair when they were hacking and coughing, even if they're no longer contagious. So, anyway, we can talk to Captain Bartmuse. As wonderful it is to experience the freedom of the ship, Lieutenant, shouldn't we be making our way to the sick bay? Yes, ma'am, you're right. Let's get moving then, shall we? Yeah, so I got it cut. It was getting so ridiculous. It was getting so thick. And so, like, hard to get rinsed out. And, like, I just given up on the ends, because, it was bleached, and, hadn't had it cut in months. Like, usually what I do is I get my hair cut short, and so it doesn't really matter if I bleach it, because most of it gets cut off when I get it cut. So there's like no ends to really worry about for months and months. Also, I got my eyes done. I had my eye exam last year, and I was gonna get my glasses when I worked, and then I got called for another eye appointment, so I was like, okay, guess we'll get them this time. But yeah, just wait till next month, because there's a sale on, starts next month, so I can save, like 40% off the lenses. So that's good. Yeah, I got, I always forget how bad my astigmatism is until I read the prescription. Like, cause I'm like I know my eyes are shit. But then I see the prescription and it's like, you know, -6 and -5.75 for the astigmatisms, and it's like, because the normal standard is like 1 to 2. It's like, yeah, one's 6 and one's 5.75. And it's really annoying when I get eye tests, because my right eye is the shit one. It's like really nearsighted. I have almost 20/20 besides the astigmatism in the left eye. But because the right eye tries to be dominant over everything, it's like just at least work as a team, but no, it's like it wants to take over even though it's the worst eye. So, yeah. Thought we were in agreement where we were going. How exactly are we going to achieve that? Well, we could have gone to the central computers, you know. I think that'd probably be helpful, because we know that we can still get in there. But yeah, we can't talk to anyone. No, it's just, actually, it's not important. So, after there. Oh yeah, we have to go back down. Yeah. Does she have anything when I look at the central computer? Oh. Why do we need a PSD when we can get the central computer and we have the captain here? Like, I know she doesn't have her ID card, but, like, the computer might be coming useful soon, but we should be focusing on getting to sick bay. Yeah. No help. Okay, I'll go back to crawlways. Yeah. I'm just gonna go to these places just to see what gives. Head to our hangar, you're mindful to warn the captain of the point in the crawlway which lays the gravity net's area of effect. Though you're sure it's safe, just want to make sure she doesn't launch herself at any tunnel walls. You're also acutely aware of the impact a shift of gravity can have on someone's stomach contents. Mounting your rope a special blend that the captain had drunk, you didn't want to risk her being caught off guard, especially when you need to be heading back through these tunnels at some point. Also, I haven't played Overwatch in like months. Over a month. I didn't bother getting the Twitch rewards because I thought I still had time, but apparently it's now a different set. I kind of wanted the rain gear, but I kind of was too lazy to do it. Eventually I reached the hatch that opens into the hangar without incident, because pretty much every time, like, I have to do something, like, I have to pick what I'm going to do. Like, I don't have as much, you know, open time to do stuff in the evenings, so it's just like, so, right now I'm playing this, but I could have chosen to, like, either this or go try to catch up on Coronation Street, which I'm less than a month behind now on. Eventually the hatch opens to the hangar without incident. Carefully observing the area, you slowly open it. You're satisfied that the only crew member present is Dalton and that he's completely oblivious to your presence. The hangar, Lieutenant? That's right, man. Is there any particular reason we're here? I thought we were headed to the sick bay. Well, we are. I like how it let me come here. By the looks of it, nothing's changed. With any luck, it'll stay the way. Something the matter, Lieutenant? Oh, Captain, you've been going over every aspect of the entombed machine that makes sure there has been no change in your movement point. You've been completely unaware the captain appeared behind you. I just checked that there was not any activity from this thing. And, no ma'am, nothing I can see anyway. I suppose that's something that we can be thankful about. As much as I appreciate concerns for the overall security of the ship, shouldn't we be making our way to sick bay? Right ma'am, of course. ever, Dalton must have all the tools he needs to the job, but at least these didn't get sucked out into space. Hope we're still got enough synth ingredients for the Venom mat. The last thing the ship needs is to run out of food. Just looking at stuff, pissing the captain off. Oh. No, we didn't wanna... I forgot what the hell the delay, the input delay is. Looks like Dalton's making pretty good progress on the armor frame repairs. I wouldn't expect anything less from someone trained by the chief. He's not noticed we're here. Best keep it that way. I was gonna talk to him. That's what I'm gonna do. But I wanna look at everything. At the moment, it looks like Dalton's been using it to make repairs on armor frames. And we're here. Yeah, I tried these the other night when I got it. You can't, like, nothing opens or anything, because you know it's not really, it's a PlayStation, it's not a computer. So ignore it. Do I have, okay, the log still says we have checked things. I'll use repairs in the armor frames. Everything looks okay at the main hangar door. At least we don't have to risk being blown into space being here. I don't know. I don't trust that. Okay, can I talk to Dalton? No, I can't talk to Dalton. Are we still on our way to the sick bay, Lieutenant? If so, it seems like we may have overshot. I'm working on it, ma'am. But if I'm being honest, I'm still figuring the crawlways out. I see. Well, I suppose it can't be helped. It'd be unfair of me to expect you to be completely familiar with those crawlways, especially as this is my ship and I can't say I know much better. Just get us to that sickbay sooner rather than later, Lieutenant. It's where the doctor was keeping the rest of my whiskey. Is that a joke? Did she say anything? I'll try to go. Lieutenant, I thought we were agreeing where we were going. How exactly are we going to achieve that? Okay. Yeah. Now to the airlock. Actually, what does she say if we go back to her quarters? Captain's quarters are down that way. There's definitely nothing helpful in there. Oh. Okay. Go to the airlock now. Shifting back your hands and knees, you move towards tunnel where that leads to the airlock. Although it's not directly in the sickbay from the crawlways you're currently in, it's the closest point you'll be able to get to that you know of. Making your way through the tunnels, and keep pausing to check the captain is still close behind you, quietly warning her of upcoming turns as necessary. Eventually, you find yourselves at the same dead end that you encountered earlier. It takes a few seconds, but you locate the lever on the other side of the hatch, twist it, release the catch. I'm surprised it works, because last time we were here, it got stuck. Slowly you push the hatch open, peering through the small gap to see if there's anyone about. Satisfied that the room is clear, you open the hatch completely and climb out of the crawlway, turning around to wait for the captain to appear and offer your hand to her when she does, helping her out, up into the room. The thing is, you're not going to do activity. Not like you have to keep in uniform, or like, why the fuck are you guys all wearing skirts still? And heels, these heel boots. We're gonna go around the crawlway. I don't think, you know, pantyhose and skirts are really helping the crawling around the crawlways. Especially on the knees. Well, Lieutenant, I have to say that this isn't a method of traversing the ship I'd ever expected to get familiar with. Well, we went to several other places, so you should be. Me neither, ma'am. I've been screwing around with the fucking ducts and the maintenance tunnels for quite a while the last few days, though. From what I have heard about your exploits today, it seems that you've clearly become an expert at alternative ways to get around the Gundog. Today, it's been like, well, like, I know you've been out of commission because you were indisposed by being drunk, but, you know, this happened a few days ago. Like, I was knocked out and then there's this mutiny. Are you sure you're happy in security? I'd be more than willing to recommend you to the engineering department once it's all over. As you see the wry smile on Captain's face, you furrow your brow slightly. You'd only served under Captain Bartomuse for a few days, but she'd definitely not come across a woman with much of a sense of humor. Because of this, you find it difficult to tell whether the query is genuine, mocking, or friendly banter. That's the thing, like, when I'm doing supervisory work, I don't joke that much, but it's mostly just because I'm shy, and I try to stay professional. So, you know, I don't... Like, with people I knew, like, you know, it'd be different, but, like, especially since a lot of my people under me are usually 20 years older. So it's like, you know, I don't want to talk about my hobbies and interests. So I've been, like, watching The Love Boat quite a bit lately again. I love that show. I get these, there's a bunch of episodes on YouTube, but now there's a channel on Roku, on the Roku Live TV, that's just 24/7 The Love Boat. I've been just watching it again, because I don't mind if I fall asleep during, because under, like, some things, like, it's not, you know, it's made for syndication, there's not, like, following plot, so you fall asleep and then you can look it up and find out what it is and watch it on YouTube later. But I've had the theme song stuck in my head for days now, and it's like, I was thinking of, like, I asked on the server, no one responded to me, like, if the crew on, like, if the cast on, in the Gundog, lines up to the crew on the Love Boat, or what the differences be, like, you know, like, I don't think Dr. Rosarian's gonna line up good with, Doc. Like, Doc, you know, has multiple ex-wives. He's, like, kind of like, I won't say so much playboy character, but he's not, you know, like, there was an episode I watched last night with, where there was this woman and her husband, and they have 6 kids, and they're going on a cruise because their last kid's gone away to school, and they're empty nesters, and they're gonna sail the world and stuff, and she finds out she's pregnant, and, like, I can't see Dr. Rosarian, like, stopping someone and be like, are you alright? Come see me in my office, and, like, it's good news and better news, and let's talk about, you know, late stage pregnancy, and, like, you know, late life pregnancies, and like, anyway. You're also too mentally exhausted to deal with any social complexities with much finesse, so instead you turn away from the captain and slowly walk towards the corridor, connecting the airlock and the central hub. Yeah. MC's only had, like, it's basically like the sleep that I get when I take Benadryl. You know, you rest, but you're unconscious. Like, they've not had, like, they fucking had to go, and then they've had the stress of the mutiny and worrying about their girlfriend and everything. Honestly, Captain, I'm not enjoying this much, so no, not really. Staying close to the wall in case you need to duck back around the corner. Should anyone walk by, you look into the central hub. You can't see anyone, but the sound of Hansen and Harrow's conversation is fairly audible. With a sigh, you rub the bridge of your nose. You made it this far, but you still need to figure out a way to get past them. They seem the type that if you, like, set off something, like, or threw something down the hallway, they'd go after it. And we have a gun, like, how sharp of shooter is our security officer? Like, they must do drills where they're allowed to use weaponry. Like, can they just, like, you know, shoot them in the kneecaps? Like, it's gonna cause an alarm, but, you know, or murder them. You know, they're perfectly willing to murder us. Like, Captain Bartomuse could have died from her injuries. Like, probably the only reason she didn't is because of the, you know, like, you know, like, the relaxed muscles and stuff that, you know, you get when you're alcoholics sometimes get and stuff, like, they're constantly drunk all the time. Is something the matter, Lieutenant? Shouldn't we continue on? Cross your arms and look back on your shoulder, towards the central hub. The elevators are right there, but from the sound of it, Hanson and Haru were pretty much stood in the four-side thoroughfare. If we were just walking to the central hub, we'd be spotted for sure. We're not going anywhere unless they leave. We may need to find a different way in. Well, Lieutenant Knight, got quite an easy solution to that. Is she gonna, like, give herself up for me? With a mischievous grin that catches you off guard, the captain reaches into her jacket and draws the revolver that you admonished her for possessing earlier. Captain, no. She's like, Captain, yes. At any instance, you close distance between you, grab the wrist of the hand that holds the revolver, yanking the weapon away. Oh, we got the revolver now, because we stopped her from shooting the goons. Like, I'm personally, as the player, not the player character, but the player, I'm all for shooting Hanson, and Haru. But, yeah, we got the gun now. Captain, damn it, we can't. Give that back, Lieutenant. Don't holler, you idiot. You still have the captain's one wrist in hand, but with her free arm, she claws at you and attempts to get the gun. Captain, be quiet. Give me my gun. Damn it. Cocking the revolver and shoving it in the back of your waistband, you grab the captain by the waist and draw her towards you, clapping your hand over her mouth. Captain, please, calm down. Hiss into her ear as she struggles against you. Captain, please, I need you to calm down. The weapon Hanson and Haru have would blow us away before you could even get a single shot in. Remember, we're trying to win them over, not take the ship back by force. That's a fight we can't win. And this probably would have been easier if, when we fucking made our report, if we mentioned to the captain that we saw guns loose and stuff moved around in the armory cabinet, or if when we talked to the chief we mentioned how our messed up terminal was. But the player character never actually said what they said they were going to let them know. Come on, I let you go now? With the captain still subdued, you look back over your shoulder to see if you can hear anyone coming. Fortunately, there's no sound of footsteps or approaching voices. Seems that a combination of the distance between you and the four-side thoroughfare alongside the background noise of the ship did enough to make the captain's outburst inaudible to the ensigns. Alright, just please be quiet, Captain. Releasing your hand on her waist, taking her palm off her mouth, you step back. I have you know, Lieutenant, that laying hands upon a senior officer like that is a serious offense. You bite your tongue, not wanting to respond with a comment about how it's lucky for you that she's no longer your senior officer. You don't want to risk any more unpredictable outbursts. I'm sorry, man, but part of my training is to disarm any party with an unauthorized weapon at the earliest opportunity. Oh, we're playing into protocol now. Yeah, you can tell the MC is just, like, getting on the last of their nerves. Like, they're, you know, they can't, like, bite their tongue as much as they could. Well, I suppose I should be commending you for acting on your training so rapidly. Thank you, Captain. You don't mention that wrestling a weapon away from someone is an approach only used when you think there's imminent risk for the armed crew member or others around them, and the normal procedure is to try to de-escalate the situation first. You can't imagine the captain taking this piece of judgment well. If you don't feel that the direct approach is our best option, what would you recommend we do next time? Turn back to the corridor, looking back to the central hub. I think, personally, if the MC let her shoot Hanson and Haru, I still think the MC, instead of putting the, you know, trying to win the crew over to Captain Barnamu's, they could win them over to themselves easier. Like, you know, they've done a lot for the ship, they've shown they're, you know, they're kind, like, because we have the same authority, like, level as Lord, so it's like, you know, we're a better candidate. Current objective is getting to the sick bay, that was certain. But currently, the two ensigns are effectively in between you and where you need to be. You couldn't just walk over to the elevators. There's no way that you would sneak by, and direct confrontation wasn't an option. far as you knew, there were no crawlways, the access that would take you directly to sickbay either. Well, there's the maintenance shaft. Hanson Harrow needed to be dealt with, but how? There's no other way. We need to get the two ensigns out of the four-side thoroughfare without resorting to violence. I still think we should take something and just like beat them with it. Keep thinking back to the Silent Night part where you get Taylor to take the bedpan and like knock someone out with it, and they go, "Tonight we pee in hell." So yeah, I'd like to take like the metal, like the cover off the like airlock thing and like take it and just like sneak out and go smack. What we need is no, we don't want to do a distraction because we got we need to find a different way in. There's no way to get there via the elevators right now. Maybe we could split the car with some more and see if we can find a different way. Lieutenant? Captain? Someone who would act so decisively one moment is quite something to see that you can be so hesitant the next. Problem is clear. As she locks eyes with you, you're once again stunned by the sudden pushing you see in the chilling blue of her gaze. Does she have blue? Because I know there was like a line that like referenced the chief's brown eyes, like the hazel eyes, and she has blue. That's because of the limited palettes that they're using. The murky waterness had been there moments before. Constant tell her drunkenness had been replaced by an almost crystalline hard edge. We need to get to the sick bay, but the ensigns are in the way. Therefore, the solution is simply to move the ensigns. But we cannot do that through the negotiator force. It needs to be done by deception. Yeah, the only reason I say, like, I don't want them raising an alarm up to Lord. Because, like, I don't, like, Hanson Harrow, they're not that smart. Lord's not that smart either, but she's malicious. Like, oh, Hanson Harrow are dicks, too. There's no point attempting to navigate the labyrinth of these crawlways further than there is such obvious means to do this in front of us. Ma'am, what do you mean? But currently the biggest threat to the ship. Well, that be... Personally, we got the ship, and we know that's no good. And it's dangerous, and I don't like it. But Vanessa is incompetent. I'd say it's current Lieutenant Lord, ma'am, with what she's doing. I understand why you say that, Lieutenant, but I'm thinking a much more immediate threat. Well, you know, she's fucking cares more about her power than fuck all, so I wouldn't put it past that she would mess something up. Like, think she could take over the engine room or something and, you know, cause a catastrophic failure with the life support system. Oh, you mean that machine in the hangar? Exactly. Ensigns may have been signed to guard us, but I'm sure that something were to happen to the hangar, they'd have good sense to attend to it. Don't you agree? I don't want to let that thing loose. Yes, ma'am. I see where you're coming from. Good. Distraction in the hangar it is. Alright, then Lieutenant, you stay here and wait for the signal. I'm sure I'll sure to make it subtly obvious. Suitably obvious. Oh, excuse me. Wait, Captain, you can't go alone. Why not, Lieutenant? You pause for a moment, knowing full well that you can't respond to concerns about how drunk she is and how that makes her a potential liability that needs to be monitored. I just think we need to stick together. If we get separated, then we can't help each other out. When something goes wrong, it's too risky. Also, I appreciate the concern. I believe I'm more than capable of handling it myself. But we haven't agreed on the destruction either. Believe it or not, Lieutenant Knight, I am able to make quite the fuss when the need arises. I can manage perfectly well on my own. Besides that, My distraction doesn't help the ensigns. Doesn't keep the ensign's attention for long, then we don't want to waste all of our time returning from the hangar to this airlock. At least one of us needs to be ready to take immediate advantage of it. Much as I want to argue, her last point in particular is one that you make yourself if you've not been preoccupied with her condition. Captain's resolve was plain to see, and you could tell there was no use dragging this out with an argument. Alright, I'll wait here. Very good, Lieutenant. At that, the captain heads back to the hatch leading to the crawlway, and with continuously surprising elegance lowers herself down into the tunnel. As she crawls out of view, you lower the hatch behind her until it's lots of the place, coming flush with the floor around it. For the next 20 minutes, you do your best to wait patiently until there's some sign of the captain's distraction, but your restlessness leads you to pacing back and forth in the area of the room out of view of the corridor. You begin to wonder if the captain's either got lost in the hallways or has been caught. Much as you want to head into the tunnels, yourself you resist. And you're lucky the captain starts her distraction just when you travel far enough to not be able to return in time. Although you can't go through the tunnels to check on her, you realize that you can see if Hansen and her are both still present. If they are, then she must be safe. You can't imagine Dalton having the courage to apprehend the captain even if he thinks she is a traitor. Stand by the entrance into the corridor that links to the central hub and listen out for the two pilots. In the distance you can hear the casual back and forth between Hansen and her. Are you still talking about if they'd like to bang Vanessa? The tense makes you know that two people who have high probability of shooting you in sight are so close, also reassuring that if they're both there, it means the captain has remained undetected. Looking down at your watch, you see the seconds and minutes count down. You can't help but wonder where she is. Your thoughts tug at war between trusting her and staying here or going to find her. So we don't have a digital watch. Or maybe we do. I don't know. Lieutenant seems like someone that would have an analog watch. Sly, you look back to the hatch. At this point, it's been too long. You have to. You're going forward as ship shakes around you, only avoiding fall by grabbing into the wall. Captain, what the hell have you? Above you, the speaker crackles lights, and that's what's carried over the ship's intercom system. This is Captain Lord. I want all hands in the hangar on the double. I repeat, this is Captain Lord. All hands are to report to the hangar on the double. Now. Sound of Vanessa's anger echoes throughout the ship, as though someone else was silencing the speakers all along the ship length of the thoroughfares. She's probably more mad than anything. That's why she's actually fucking doing something. Because she'd just be like in a panic and like dooms, saying like, you know, call it a quarter and die. Thoroughfares. You heard the two ensigns exchange a quick word before you found their boots going across the steel point, letting you know they're headed to the hangar. You began to creep through corridors as the elevator stopped before entering the central hub. You hear another crew member approaching from the after of her. Maybe it's Dees, and I give him like a hug and tell him thank you. Looking down on the wall to your right, you watch the chief sprints by, muttering angrily to herself. As she heads away towards the hangar, you have to break the elevator door slam. You make a break for the elevator door, slam the call button. Come on. Why the fuck would we use the elevator? We know Hansen got stuck in it. There's the perfectly good, you know, is now open again. Crawl space. Why don't we use that? Like, they're not checking the maintenance tunnel. We just get down. And because we've used them before. I don't know why we didn't use it when, you know, the ship was, whacked there. So just get the captain button. Okay, pull that due to his worst stage, anticipated need you to swipe your keycard access it. Instead relying on something like using a bioscanner to log room numbers. That was stupid. Let go, already let go, let's... the door begins to open, immediately slip through the gap. Hitting the door button as soon as you're inside. sigh of relief, you lean back against the cool metal wall and feel yourself begin to move downwards. Yeah, it seems stupid to have something that's going to scan you, like use something that's going to scan you when you're, you know, on the run. Can't allow yourself too long to relax. You begin to think about what exactly the captain had done in the hangar to create her distraction. As you feel the elevator descent slow, you stand up and sigh. Hopefully whatever it was hasn't damaged the ship too badly. You survey the elevator for any indication that what the captain had done to damage the ship. Thankfully, the emergency lighting hadn't come on, and everything seemed to be operating as intended. Shrugging inwardly, you shield your eyes as the doors open and expose you to the harsh glare of the sickbay lights. For now, you just have to trust her. Yeah, I had to switch ears. I usually use my right ear when I put my... It's one of those PlayStation heads, like the mics. That's why my voice isn't that loud either. Yeah, I had it in my left ear, trying to give my right ear a break because I've been listening to so much music. Because when I use PlayStation, like, that's what I'm talking, and that's my ear that hears better. Because my left ear, ever since I had that bone infection in my jaw, I don't hear as well. And, yeah, I had to move it. It was getting too annoying. I'm not used to wearing it in that side. I just couldn't handle it. For now, you just have to trust her. You emerge slowly and silently into the sickbay, scanning the room as soon as your eyes have adjusted to the light. Well, we've got the break-in now. First you glance to see a silent attacker who had knocked you out last time you were here, but you're careful to check behind the doors, doctor's desks, as well as the blind spots within the room. Once you're confident there's no one else in here with you, your shoulders drop and release the tension that you've been carrying. So any obvious threat, you take your time going over the room. Oh, we got music coming back now. Everything was as you remembered it being. No one had even gone to effort cleaning up the shattered glass and covered the floor in front of the medicine cabinets. A small amount of solace in that fact. If you're lucky, it meant that everything else in the room had been left alone too, including any evidence that might absolve Cassie or the captain. Okay, where to begin? I'm going to look at my item too. I forgot to look at the gun. A revolver that holds 6 shots. It's really old-fashioned, but it can still be deadly in the right circumstances. It's also a huge breach of protocol to smuggle something like this aboard a ship. Let's see. Much like the O'Brien, the glass fronts of the cabinets that stood, the various medicines and treatments have been smashed with the fragments covering the floor. Do your best to avoid disturbing anything, but still manage to crunch a few pieces underfoot as you look at the broken edges of glass that remain in the cabinet doors. No blood, no fabric, nothing caught on these shards. You step back to get a better look at hear something crinkle as you step on it. Turning back, see what it was, you kneel down and pick it up. Shake Max. NutriShake Mix. Turn the packet in your hands and notice it's completely empty. Just like what happened on the O'Brien. I know it wasn't Cassie who killed the doctor, and since this is the same thing that happened on the O'Brien, does that mean it's the same killer? Could it be that whoever's piloting that machine? But we've not seen any sign of anyone that's been able to leave it. And why would they kill 2 doctors just over nutritional shakes? It doesn't make any sense. Heading over to the emergency bed, you do a quick visual review that doesn't reveal anything unusual. Despite this, you take some extra time to go over them, peering into the little nooks and crannies where the padded top joins the frame. Pay careful attention, looking for any unusual markings or damage or signs that someone else may have been around them, aside from Cassie and the doctor. Fortunately, the only thing that you can find that would be considered out of the ordinary is an empty chocolate bar wrapper stuffed under the pillow alongside a few crumbs on the cover. Well, at least she was awake. Didn't need to be extra tracker Joe who had been here. Performing one final investigation, you check under the bed and notice a familiar purple wrapper. Got a silent voice. Oh, this must have dropped down when they took her away. Don't worry, Cassie, I'll get this to you soon. So she didn't eat that one, she ate the other one. As you walk over to the entrance to the surgery wing, the first thing you notice is that the typical clear glass panel lets you look inside is still the frost effect that's reserved for one patient wants to or any procedure requiring discretion. With the rest of the crew accounted for and no one available to do any surgery, she only assumed that it was left in place because the doctor's body has been stored inside. Oh, the desk. I can look at the desk too. Doctor's desk. If there's any documents that will come in useful, they'll be in there. Is there anything else I can look at? It's kind of annoying with the input. Can I talk to anyone? There's no one here right now. Okay. There's always no evidence anyone has been here on them aside from Cassie. I suppose Hansen must have been resting on one of these beds at some point, but there's no trace he was ever here. Probably stinks though. You pick up. He probably smells like Axe body spray. It's the UK, you know, like Lynx. You pick up a few scattered bottles of medication and place them on the counter. You view each one in turn, find them all still completely sealed and with no obvious relationship between them. This one's for blood pressure. These are sleeping pills. Some of these are antidepressants. The only factor in common is that it looks like they're all yanked out to get what was behind them, which would be you peer back the cupboard where all you can see is an empty carpet tray with a product name printed on it. NutriShake Max. Nutritional alternative 10 times 2 kg. If someone wanted a shake mix, I'm sure they could have just asked. Yeah, I'm surprised they had antidepressants, because like when I was writing, here, I'll read it. Yeah, I was like, because I was figuring that the JFC would not give a fuck about mental health, probably. Because, like, especially with the ones recruited for the Solar War, like the player character, because they're just getting numbers. So yeah, I wrote, frankly whimsy despite of all she herself had gone through. She'd the first person you could talk to about you, what you had been through in lunar orbit, the guilt, the helplessness, things that the JFC gave no cares for during all their interrogation, their witness statements. Cassie just cared about you as a person, a rarity, especially as someone nearly recruited for numbers in the Solar War. Your love for her feeling like one of the only things true to yourself that you felt in almost as long as you could remember. Because I figured, you know, like, what they'd probably do, like, they'd probably, like, because, you know, a player character didn't get out, their thing malfunctioned, it'd be like wondering, like, were you purposely a plant for the, you know, the Terran forces? Are you, like, did you deliberately, like, reduce your numbers, so that, like, things like that, and then it probably, like, witness statements, like, what went on, like, with it. Next to the door leading to surgery wing is standard security terminal, featuring a screen, number pad, and a card reader. Give the glass door a light tap with your knuckles, and the dull knock that you hear lets you know that this glass is extra thick, likely reinforced. With some serious firepower, there's no way to get in there right now. We have a revolver. It has 6 shots. Not even the revolver you take from Captain could cut it. Yeah, you knew I'd think that, wouldn't you? Okay. I'll look at my silent voice though first. Silent voice. A bar of aerated milk chocolate, great on its own or dunked in a hot drink. It's also one of the favorites of a particular head of operations. I already think I used the bit. There's no obvious evidence of anyone here but it's like Cassie. Okay. The doctor's desk is probably my best bet at finding something useful. Moving around the side where the Dr. Rosarium typically sat, you're relieved to find the doors are unlocked. You take a thick pile of files out of the top one and begin flicking through them looking for anything useful. There's gotta be something here, you think, but there's a huge number of documents within the stack of folders that you've taken more than you could easily skim through. After a few minutes, you place them down on the table and try a second door. As time small across your face as you pull out the doctor's data pad. Jackpot. Pulling a sticky note off the screen and placing it back in the drawer, you look at the device out of you expect it, looking for the power button. I think the sticky note that was stuck to it might be like password or something. You find and flick a switch on the back of the data pad, watching the screen slowly illuminate as the device comes to life. The sound of a drive within it beginning to spin lets you know it's still functional. I miss things that had like a rocker switch, you know, like off and on. Like that's why I used to like iOmega hard drives, because they had the switch on the back instead of plug and play. So if you had it plugged in, you could still turn it off. That's when I had was using primarily the desktop and stuff. Alright, I bet this will have all the information I need. My desktop is called the Shagelhut, by the way. Well, I still have it. It sits in my room. It's still plugged in too, because I didn't know, you know, like if things didn't have any power or anything. And I've used the hard drive recently. Like the external hard drives, because I was looking for something. Cipher Rosarium, enter password. Your elation is immediately wiped away and you're faced with a log of prompt. Oh, come on. Place the data pad on the desk alongside the pile of files, sit down in the doctor's chair, place your head in your hands. You had no expectation that this ever would be easy, but you've been hoping that at the very least it would have been simple. Fortunately, that did not look like it would be the case. After taking a few moments silently fuming with the challenge that were throwing away, you realize that there's nothing you can do but move forward. This can't be it. There's got to be something I can do. With a long exhalation, you stand up looking around the sick bay. Come this far, you weren't going to give up yet. Running your hands back through your hair, you place from one side of the room to the other. As far as you can tell, there's no obvious proof that Cassie had been the doctor's murderer, but you couldn't find any proof to the contrary either. Well, if she had been a wank, she would have eaten the fucking bar. Unless she had more stogged there. At this rate, you wouldn't be able to find anything, and there was every chance that once you left the sick bay, the incidents would have returned to their positions outside the crew quarters. Had you risk it all for nothing? Before you can draw on that, you hear the elevators roar into life, letting you know that within the next few seconds, someone will be entering the room. But no time to spare, you decide to. I'm gonna hide. Waste no time, you dash to the wall right next to the elevator and ready yourself. Steps to the door, whether it's Hans or Howard, everyone else will be ready to take the look. Fuck! The fucking input thing. I want it to be stealthy. The input delay fucked me up. As the door slides open, turns up, preparing to land a surprise strike on whoever comes out. The moment you step forward, you launch toward them, bring your fist around the arc towards their jaw. Gah! Realizing your mistake, you attempt to stop yourself at the moment bent and curious captain, the two of you tumble to the floor. Lieutenant Knight, you. Oof, you clawed, you brute. What exactly do you think you're doing, you thug? Sorry, ma'am, I thought you were one of the ensigns. Captain shoves you off for kicking more distance between the two of you. You told me that you couldn't win a fight, yet you're throwing yourself around like an idiot. Scrubbing the feet, reach at the captain and help her up. She bats your hand away, bring yourself steadily to your feet. I have quite enough of being thrown around like a bunch of colony scrap today, Lieutenant. Ma'am, I'm really sorry I didn't expect to see you there. Well, I could appreciate if you had a bit more faith in me. Yes, Captain, it won't happen again. See, that it doesn't. I don't want to have to look out for unprovoked attacks from you as well as the rest of the crew. Understood, ma'am. So, Lieutenant, I hope your investigation has been fruitful. I'd hate what happened to the hangar now to have been for nothing. Well, you trail off. Aside from the accessible data pad, you don't have anything to show what the Chaos Captain caused. Why didn't you look at the sticky note? My ex-boss used to stick things to her laptop with passwords and stuff. I've mentioned on the doctor's data pad, apart from when I can't get the surgery room to check over his body, there's nothing in this room that sheds any light on what happens. Information on the data pad should be more than enough. What does it say? To clear your throat, pick the device up from the desk and pass it to the captain. I haven't been able to get logged into it, ma'am. There's no sign of his key card, no indication that he wrote his password down anywhere. There might have been. No, ma'am. What about these files in the desk? Nothing useful I've seen. I have not checked them thoroughly. The main silent captain pulls his chair from underneath the desk and sits in it, placing her head in her hands. So that's no progress investigation, Lieutenant Knight. That's right, Captain. You hear a long draw outside with the captain lowers her hands on the desk and looks up. In that case, I'll carry you through these documents in case any of them are relevant. Here, on through this. I want you to take another look around the room. Hopefully there's something you've overlooked. Yes, ma'am. I think it's in the fucking drawer. Can I look at the desk? I'm gonna go back and do this. Cap's currently going through the big stack of the files. Judging by her expression, she's not finding anything useful. Because I want to, you know, have the stealthy approach. I don't like that it was an input delay. That's not my choice. So yeah, I'm gonna skip through that. It's almost been an hour anyway. Anything, Captain? For the groan, Captain places a sheet on the currently hand-blank stack and pinches the edge of her nose. Not unless Mrs. Quinn's innocence can be proven using old prescription laws or restored cases from other postings. And what about yourself, Lieutenant? I was just going to check the door of the desk, if you don't mind. Certainly, be my guest. As Captain shifts to the left of the desk, you reach down and open the first drawer. Aside from the loose electrical plies wires, after now that you've taken out all the files. Remove them underneath which you originally take the data pad out of and notice a sticky note that you previously peeled off the screen. Could it be that easy? Your attempt for your expeditions as you read what's been written. The device asks me to press any key to continue. Ask Carthay's location of any key not visible on keyboard. Doctor cannot be serious. What's that, Lieutenant? Rosalie passed the Captain the note as her eyes scan the writing on the edges of her lips curl upwards slightly. That's Dr. Rosarian for you. Literal to a fault. Still, I suppose he was just ensuring he was compliant about following instructions. Unlucky for us, he couldn't have been hit. He could have been a bit more relaxed about cybersecurity. Do I have the data pad on me? I do. That should go down or something. Well, Lieutenant, fortunately for us, he hasn't. I think our best course is actually attempt to guess it. What do we know about Dr. Zarian? Well, I guess he's extremely matter of fact, quite literal, like you say. Wonder. Alright, let's give this a try. Oh, it's popped up. Now we're gonna do password. I got a trophy for that. Dr. Zarian, you cannot be serious. What was it, Lieutenant? Password. As in, enter password. Broad smile cracks, taps typical reserved continence, and she throws back her head, laughing loudly. Ha 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 ha. Continuing through the laughter, the Captain bends forward, her face obscured by her hair, cascading down in front of her as her shoulders rise and fall. Eventually, she regains her composure, sits up, wiping a small tear from the corner of her eye, a smile still on her face. As I said, Lieutenant, literal to a fault. Her smile fading, Captain adjusts her hat, and jacket turns back to the report she'd been reading. You've done good work, Lieutenant. Now please see if there's anything on that data pad that can exonerate myself and Miss Quinn. Yes, Captain. Yeah, I'm gonna stop it now. I'm gonna look at my items again. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. But I accidentally, with the input thing, I opened it. And here he did on it, so it contains information about the crew. We're gonna look at that later, because what I'm gonna do, this is mine, yeah. I wonder if the doctors, I can, no. Let's see. Run neuroimaging set 3. Patient Cassandra Quinn. Let's see. Here we go, Captain. I found something about Cassandra Quinn. Very good, Lieutenant. Anything useful? I think it says here that we gave her sentences at 21:22. Yeah, I'm gonna stop now, and then I'm going to go back through and do the stealthy option. I'll record that, and then I'm gonna come back to this.